Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into another exciting update on the Miniart Sdkfz.234/2 Puma build. This time, we'll focus on the interior detailing of the upper hull. We'll be installing some bracing, adding a highly detailed radio receiver, and tackling both the small forward hatch and the rear engine deck hatches. We'll also take a closer look at the vision ports and move forward with installing the engine grille. In addition, we'll start working on the jerry cans and make some initial progress on the suspension, a complex area that requires careful attention. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's go.
All right, it's time to maybe step away from the engine for now. I think I need to do something so I'm not bored anymore. As you can see, the engine is in a good place. So we've got some options here. Color variant 1, 2, and 3. We got to drill out these holes. So let's see. Here's one, which is one I like. 2, I don't really dig that one. Let's see. And 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. And again, all right, so if we look at step 41, see we're getting into the upper shell. Now I notice that they've got these kind of notices where you have to drill out things, and I usually forget to do it, so why don't I do it now? And I think what I'm doing is color variant 4. I think that's the one I'm gonna go for. So where are my mini trails? Damn, I just had them. There they are. All right, so let's try N3. Oh, so this one's got a spare vision block already attached, so that'll be interesting if I need to paint it. All right, so this is, so somebody was saying something about that there's no control panel, but that's what that is right there. Right here we got a little headrest, which will never be seen. All right, so they have a big opening and a little opening.
Amidst the chaos of battle, maintaining communication was vital for the Sdkfz.234/2 Puma, one of Germany's premier reconnaissance vehicles. Central to its radio equipment was the 80 WSA transmitter, a powerful medium-wave device capable of sending signals over distances of up to 300 kilometers, ideal for long-range reconnaissance operations. Operating between 1.5 and 3 megahertz, this transmitter allowed the Puma to communicate crucial intelligence back to headquarters from far-flung positions. Alongside the transmitter was the MWEC receiver, a highly reliable unit designed to capture signals across low and medium frequency bands. Together, this setup ensured that the Puma's crew could maintain contact with distant command posts even in harsh battlefield conditions, ensuring they were never out of touch with the main force. The Puma's communication system was supported by two types of antennae. The standard 2-meter whip antenna was typically used for regular communication, while the star antenna, more complex and multi-directional, was employed for boosting the signal strength, especially in long-range transmissions. These antennas gave the Puma the flexibility to adjust its communication range based on the needs of the mission. For short-range communication, the Puma relied on the Torn EB receiver, a versatile radio system designed for medium and short-range transmissions. This allowed the Puma to communicate with nearby units, including other armored vehicles and infantry, within a radius of several kilometers. The Torn EB was widely used in German vehicles, ensuring secure and reliable tactical communication between units during fast-moving operations. With the 80 WSA transmitter and the MWEC receiver for long-range communications, the Torn EB for short-range communications, the combination of the whip and star antennas enhancing the radio's capabilities, the Puma was not just a reconnaissance vehicle, but a highly mobile communication hub. Its crew could stay in constant contact with both command and nearby units, giving them a decisive edge in coordinating their movements. On the battlefield, information was power, and the Puma's advanced radio systems kept the flow of that information steady, no matter how far from the front it ventured.
Yes, so this is the one I'm going for. Painting guide number 4. Okay, so now in step 49, I'm going to skip over this stuff for now. And I'm going to go into this. And I want to have the open ones. So apparently it goes like this. Too bad they didn't make this hinge like separate so that you could actually lift this part off and then you would have access to the engine. Oh well. all that work on that wiring really wasted a lot of time. Oh well. I noticed there's a bit of flash on these, and I've seen somebody else complain about that, saying, oh, in this time shouldn't have stuff like that. But you know what? I think that's there because of the thinness of these flaps. All right, look at. So this is what makes you not want to buy a kit. The fact that you have to take a knife, carefully remove the flash, and it takes you less than a minute to do it. Okay, I don't think that's valid critique. I'm sorry, dude. You might be a perfectly good human being, and I'm not judging you on that level, but I am saying that if you cannot clean up a little bit of flash, then there is nothing I can really do for you, because it's more than even just basic modeling skills. Okay, so let's do this viewport, which is CA15. Ah. All right, N52. Oop. CA27. All right. Okay, N27. Okay, so C24 and C21 goes in here. In here, right in there. So where is that? C27? Huh, already took it off. Oh, C, not CA. Okay, they've got these. All right, there we go. C21. Aye. And a C24, I'll stick that in. Give this a good coat of white. I'm not going to do any chipping because it's not going to be seen, except very minimally. I've got that painted out in white. I think I'll give it another coat. Maybe I'll paint this. It asked me to glue this on at this point, but I'm not going to because I have these view claps, like vision ports, that I want to put in and have access, because in their instructions they would have you glue this on and then somehow figure out how to glue these in the right position, which Seems like a high risk situation to me. Anyways, this needs another coat. I think there's a few things I need to add in after the white, but I'm debating whether I should have painted the engine room primer and like what color would this door be. And I'm just gonna go with the white. Okay, I'm gonna just jump ahead at this point because I'm a little bored with all that tiny stuff. And I can put these together. They'll have to get put together at some point. Anyways, this is for the jerry cans. On a jerry can, they add this photo etch piece to add some realism. In the old days, they would only have the two halves, and then this sort of center seam would not be shown. But I think Dragon was the first one to add this part, and now I guess it's de rigueur. All right, I'll come back. Where did that bounce to? Anybody out there remember that TV show called Room 222 from the 60s? I used to like that show, but Karen Valentine, whatever happened to her? She used to be pretty good looking. Right up there with, what's her name, Bert and Allie? All right. So, and then I've got this that's got to go on the right side. So I'll have to check the instructions. Well, yeah, there's 5 of those. All right, so I mixed up my color in the airbrush, just using this white and then putting a very very small amount of this in there. So I got sort of like a elfenbein color. But yeah, I'm not going to do any chipping on the top. I don't think you're going to really see. I don't think you're going to really see much chipping on the top. People don't necessarily bang into things like that. If I were to build this again, I think I would try to figure out a way where this is removable. All right, here I built the jerry cans. So maybe we can prime those out. All right, well, let's take a look at putting the suspension together at this point. I'm going to hold off gluing the top on, like I said. So it's time to move into step 54. Now, D16 seems to be the first thing to add. All right, well, let's start getting this together. First off, what can we get rid of right away? So we got to clean up the attachment points. Screw attachment points. And then it calls CA25 to be glued in there. That. I think what we can do is hold off putting that in like that. Looking at the instruction sheet, what might work better, you know, I can actually take this out. I never glued it in really. I guess that whole unit can come out. Anyway. I think what we can do is glue this in first, part CA25. No, I mean CA4. We'll glue in CA4 first. That's not it. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay, and looking at the instructions, there's actually a shape to the peg. So it does give you some indication as to how that needs to be positioned. Although you do have to be careful because the glue will melt. All right, so these CA3s can go in here. We'll come back. I'm going to let that set up, and I'm going to clean up some more of these. Supposed to go to the inside, Jamie.
In the closing years of World War II, Germany introduced a new breed of reconnaissance vehicle, the Sdkfz.234/2, more commonly nicknamed the Puma. It was fast, heavily armed for its class, and crucially, highly mobile, thanks in part to its advanced suspension system. Beneath the Puma's distinctive 8-wheel design lies an engineering innovation that gave it a significant edge, an independent suspension system known as the Dion type. This sophisticated setup allowed each of the Puma's 8 wheels to move independently, cushioning the vehicle from the harshest terrains and giving it unparalleled maneuverability. Each of the Puma's wheels was connected to a suspension arm, mounted directly to the chassis, allowing for incredible flexibility. Coupled with the coil springs and hydraulic shock absorbers, the system absorbed the jolts and impacts of rough ground. Whether it was rocky terrain or deep, the Puma could traverse it all, maintaining speed and stability, a critical advantage for reconnaissance missions. The vehicle's 8x8 configuration was as impressive as it was functional. All 8 wheels were powered, providing excellent traction and control. This design allowed the Puma to remain agile and fast, even when the roads turned treacherous. Unlike tracked vehicles, the Puma's suspension and wheel system made it lighter and quieter, ideal for its role as a scout and spotter. Introduced in 1944, the Sdkfz.234/2 became a valuable asset to the Wehrmacht. From the Eastern Front's frozen wastelands to the muddy forests of Western Europe, the Puma suspension system was a vital part of its effectiveness. It ensured that the crew could maintain control, even at high speeds, and keep eyes on the enemy, without the terrain slowing them down. In an era where mobility often meant the difference between life and death, the Puma suspension system helped secure its place in the annals of military history. It was a vehicle designed not just to survive, but to thrive in the chaos of war.
Yeah, I don't know where that went. All right, so CA goes where? Here? I think the strategy here is to glue. Actually, you know what? Might be good. So does that go into that cradle? Ah, it goes like that. It's actually like a little keyhole shape. That looks pretty easy. Boom. Okay, looking at this part, yeah, this has got to go on that plate there. So this one's got to move forward. So, got all those in place now.
Okay, everybody, I think we're going to end this video here, and be sure to join me next time as we carry on with this really cool build that is from Miniart. And yeah, we'll be carrying on with the suspension next time. So in the meantime and in between time, that's another edition of Jet Scale Model. Y'all come back now, you hear?
I lost one part here. Hopefully it'll turn up at some point. So moving on, we got these springs to do. And I've got those already done somewhere. Where are they? So we got all these parts here.